Hello.
Hello, Sal. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you, Teresa?
Oh, I'm good, thanks. Techno fear, and we're done.
We're done. We're here. We're ready to go.
Yeah, we're ready
Finally.
to go. Yeah,
Oh, so
finally,
lovely
yes.
to meet you. And I
Lovely
should
to
let
meet
you
you.
know that this is recording, so we
Brilliant.
can use the footage after. You can use it after.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we can whatever works.
Brilliant. Thank
But
you.
yeah, like it's lovely
Great.
to meet you. Oh, it's been a while coming. I know we've been
Yes, been a
planning this
while.
for a while. So
Been a while. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's
how are
very warm
you?
today here. I'm good. I'm
Yes,
good. I'm in
yes.
Wales, and where are you? Sorry.
I'm in Essex.
Yeah. What's it like with you? Warm?
Oh, it's sunny. Yeah, I didn't notice today because I'm in work mode.
Oh,
So
right. There
when
we
I'm
go.
in work mode, I just kind of have my
Yeah.
blinkers on.
I
But
know.
it is a
Tunnel
lovely day,
vision.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. It's
lovely
lovely.
here.
We're
Yeah.
blessed, aren't we? We're
Yes.
blessed.
So
We're blessed.
yes, lovely. We've got an opportunity to kind of dive into your books and
Oh yeah,
into
thank you. Thank you
yeah.
for asking me. So
No,
I
it's an
was really
honor.
chuffed.
It's an honor. So
Yeah.
how did you get started? How did you get into to being an author?
Oh my goodness, what a long journey.
Yeah.
I actually started when I was a child, and
Yeah.
that's when it started. I
Yeah.
was a really avid reader,
Yes.
and aged about 7,
Yeah.
we started to keep a daily diary at school.
Yeah.
That was it, Sal. I was hooked.
Oh
I
wow.
started writing my first novel. I wrote
Yes.
like 3 chapters.
Oh
No, that was it. No, that
wow.
was it.
Yeah.
So that was the start of my journey. Then I
Yeah.
wrote some plays, and
Yeah.
I wrote short stories.
Yeah.
I started, I don't know how many books, how many novels, 2 pages, 1
Yeah.
chapter, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then finally, I got a bit frustrated with myself, and I thought, no, I want to finish a novel.
Yes.
So I looked at what I've been doing. This was pre-internet. We're
Yeah.
going back there. So I had
Yeah.
to find out myself, really. Now you
Yeah.
just Google it.
Yeah.
And I realized that I was trying always to write something perfect from the
Yeah.
word go.
Yeah.
The perfect descriptions, the perfect opener. And I thought, no, no, no. So
Yeah.
I gave myself permission to be free
Yes.
with my creativity, to get down on the page, just to get it down.
Yeah.
No matter about the grammar, the spelling, if one scene followed another.
Yeah.
I didn't do any of that because, of course, we can put, I know now, we can put it all together. And
Yeah.
with working on computers,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a doddle, isn't it? So
It
I
is.
finally finished my first novel, and that's what happened.
Wow.
So
Wow.
once
So you've
I'd
had a
done
journey.
that, my sights were there. And you know what? I think you may agree with me that everything in life is timing,
Yes.
because pretty soon after I finished my first novel, which I did
Yeah.
it, I came to a crossroads in my life,
Yes.
and I realized, I prayed about it because I always pray about it.
Yeah.
And I realized it was the time
Yeah.
to focus on my writing. So I organized my life and the finances, and I took like a year out,
Yes.
ended up in Corfu
Oh
for a
wow.
holiday,
Yeah.
3-week holiday, didn't use my return ticket.
Yes.
That was it.
Wow.
There for the summer, moved to Athens at the end of the summer, got myself a
Wow.
job. I was working for, he was a stringer,
Yes.
a journalist stringer
Yeah.
for like New York Times, the Times, the
Yeah.
Daily Mail, all these sorts of things. He
Wow.
got me into writing articles.
Yes.
Then I began to write articles for, it's like Time Out. It's like
Yes.
Athens Scope. It's no
Oh,
longer in existence.
okay. Yes.
What's on where? And
Yes.
I eventually became their contributing editor.
Oh
So
wow.
I was writing between 11 and 13 articles
Yes.
a week. A
Wow.
week. So can
So
you
you were
imagine?
constantly at the computer.
Yeah. But boy, a baptism of fire, but
Yes.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So there we
Good
go then,
stretching.
really. So when I was in Greece, it was very Christian in Greece.
Yes.
You're in a Christian country.
Yes.
You pass the church and the people make their sign of the cross.
Yeah.
It's different. It's
Yeah.
3, and it is. And although I from a small child to been a practicing Christian,
Yeah.
I grew spiritually, and that was when I wrote my 9 Days to Heaven,
Oh wow.
which
Yeah.
is how to make everlasting meaning of your life, which
Yeah.
basically I call it a practical guide for joyful living.
Yes. Oh
And
wow.
that was my journey. And
Yeah.
then, of course, we, through the years have come on.
Yes.
And then we had a pandemic, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
We had a pandemic.
Sometimes.
And so out of the pandemic came
Yes.
my Pray Then Listen, a heart to heart with God.
Yes.
And that's I'll show you a cover. This is my cover reveal, really.
Wow.
This is, Mike, can you see that?
Yeah.
And this is so Pray Then Listen, a heart to heart with God, which basically is I share private prayers and personal experiences of God
Yes.
to encourage my reader to do the same.
Yes.
And to use their own words in the, eventually, or whenever they want, their own words, their own way, to have a two-way street of prayer, a two-way street of communication with God, so that we can allow him to lead us and guide us. And so that's what I did, really. That's what I did in lockdown. Wow. And then I had my debut novel. I finally got mine, although I'd written about 4 novels, none of them were in print.
Yes.
And then I've got my debut novel coming out in next spring as Angel at the Paradise Hotel. And that's based in Corfu. That year I was there. Yeah, I moved there. So, that's my journey. That's my journey. So
how many books have you written?
Have I written?
Yes.
I've written so many books, but in print, it's just going to be, it's the 9 Days to Heaven, the Pray Then Listen, then Angel at the Paradise Hotel.
So 3 are out.
Yes.
Will be out by the end of
will be out. So my Pray Then Listen will be out at end of September.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm just kind of gearing up now. My publisher and my publicist actually has been in touch with me today, an email. They want this, that next week. So it's all beginning to get very, very hot and bit scary.
Yes. It's not an easy process.
No, it isn't, but it's exciting.
So what have you learned about yourself through the process of writing? Because you've written quite a bit, haven't you? So what have you learned? Is there anything you thought about yourself going on? Because I know the process can be quite therapeutic.
Yes, it can be therapeutic, and especially in the novels.
Yes.
A little bit of catharsis there, a little bit of, my own personal experience, but it is, it's definitely fiction.
Yes.
What have I learned? I've learned first and foremost.
Yes.
Pray.
Wow.
Pray. I pray before I write.
Yes.
99 times out of 100, I pray before I write. I say, Dear Lord Jesus, something like, Dear Lord Jesus, please come and be my partner.
Yeah, wow.
Help me to do what you want me to do.
Yes.
Tell me what you want me to write.
Yes.
No matter what it is, can you help? Will you help me, please?
Yes.
And that's what I've learned to do.
Wow.
I came across, it's in my Pray Then Listen, I came across a psalm in the Bible where it talks about, unless the builder, basically the building doesn't build itself, basically.
They'll be building in vain.
The builder doesn't build the building.
Yes.
He doesn't guard the city. It's God that's guarding the city. It's God that's building the building. And that is what I've learned.
Yes.
And I know that I can say that to you. You are a Christian author too.
Yes.
I know also that a lot of people tuning in, and my readers, they may be not Christian, or another, maybe non-believers.
Yes.
But I don't know, a lot of people still believe in a higher power or something, which is only God. It's God. I simply. What else really? I tell you what else I would say, especially when it comes to writing books.
Yes.
Is just like I said earlier, allow yourself to be free.
Yeah.
And writing articles as well, blogs. I mean, I've written, I don't know, Sal, well over 1,000 articles. So I say writing articles and books, which I've written quite a few. I would say it's an article. Just get down the information.
Yes.
Get the facts down first. Get things down. Don't bother about my opener. See, that stopped me.
Yes.
And I think maybe that stops a lot of people. You think, what am I? Oh, how am I going to start this?
Yeah.
So I don't. If you get down the facts,
and
then you can link things together, and then at the end, then you can write your opener.
Yes.
And I find writing the opening sentence, especially for a book, for anything really, is so important.
Definitely.
I mean, that comes last.
Yeah.
Which people might think. Are you the same with that, Sal?
Yeah.
Yeah, that it comes last, because
Yeah.
it's only when you've done the body of work
Yes.
that you know exactly what you want to tell people, you know, the reader, this
Yeah.
is what it is exactly.
Yeah.
And then, you know, to lead them in. So what else? Oh, I tell you what else. When I was about in my teens,
Yes.
I read the first biography of Van Gogh. He's my favorite artist, and I've read a number of biographies.
Okay.
But the thing that grabbed me, because I was writing then, even though I was, you know, very young, he did not paint from memory. I don't know if you know that.
Wow.
He refused. It was quite controversial. He fell out with Gauguin and people like that who did.
Yeah.
He refused to paint from memory. And there was one thing I saw, I think it was in the National in London. I saw a painting that he'd done.
Yeah.
It was a storm at sea.
Wow.
He was lashed to a post on the beach for 3 days while he painted this amazing picture. But as a writer, even at a tender age, that was freeing for me, because I would sit and I think, oh, how did that author, or what did they do? Oh, did they remember or try to visualize a particular scene, which of course we do.
Yes.
But some things, no, do it at the time. So I started from then carrying a notebook and pen.
Yeah.
And you can see, and I know that, so when I say one can see, you and I can see when an author has been looking at something and they've done a word picture. We know they've seen it. It's so obvious, isn't it?
Yes.
So that's something that I would recommend too.
Yeah.
I don't know, anything else really? I'm not sure. They are the things that spring to mind most.
Wow. That's so enriching, actually, sharing your insight. I think the biggest thing is praying before, because it's something I do as well, because we don't know who reads our work. We don't know how it's going to impact them. So you're kind of going in blind.
Yes.
And writing to someone you may never meet.
Yes.
So it is a very strange transactional journey in terms of between the writer and the reader, because they can get something from it, but you may never know what they got or how they got it.
Yes.
So it's a very it's definitely a faith walk. It's writing with faith, isn't it? Because you're writing not being able to see how the outcome of what you're doing is going to impact someone else, but you're just going to write from your depths. I found it quite draining. Not gonna lie, I've had it quite draining, to be honest.
Yeah, it can be. Oh my goodness. It's funny actually, because I think many of my friends who don't understand the process, they maybe think I don't do anything.
Yes.
And I don't know about you, Sal, but when I'm writing, 6 hours can pass.
Yes.
6 hours or 8 hours, you know, can pass with I barely, oh gosh, I should have something to eat. When I'm really engrossed in something, it's the thing that the time goes the quickest of all, because like you were saying earlier about the focus.
Blinkers,
blink, because you have to once you get into it. But I love it. So it is hard work, and I'm sure that you've read something, you know, that authors often say, because of course I read authors, I'm very interested in what authors have to say. Well, they say, oh, you know, no matter about feeling creative, you just sit down at your computer and you work. And that's true.
Yes.
And that is true. And especially when you're writing all those articles.
Yes.
You know, I'm still writing some articles. I'm freelancing now.
Yes.
You know, it is work.
Yes, it is.
But when the muse takes over, oh, goodness, do you know that feeling? When you
it's like a rush. You can't get the words out quick enough.
No.
Yeah, exactly. I say to my husband, I say, like, you know, because he'll say, you know, God is the writer, you are the pen.
Yes.
So he will say, you're the pen. And when I'm like that, I'm like, no one talk to me, no one disturb me. I have to like get this out now.
Yeah.
Because it at that moment, as it's coming out, it's authentic.
Yes.
It's pure. It's not this. It's unfiltered. Like, you know, when we think about having conversations with people, we think about what we're saying. Is it polite?
Yes.
Is it that? Whereas when you get that rush of something, like for example, at the beginning of my book, Secrets, the beginning sentences came like lightning. It was just so quick. She stood at the steps, hopeful and dazed, blah, blah, blah. But then but before that happened, I had writer's block. I was so frustrated because it was like, I want to get this out. But when it came, it was organic. It was such an amazing experience, actually, because you know that's what it's meant to be.
Yeah, I can identify with that. And that's another thing. Do you find, I keep notebook, I told you I keep a notebook with me, but including in the house, because I work on my computer, which isn't always on. And I'll think, I think I'm tired now. I'm going to go to bed and whatever. And then the things, so I'm with a notepad. Oh my goodness, because
I use this.
Oh, there we go. Right. Well, there we go. Sal, I'm sitting on this.
I'm always talking into it, like, it's like it just comes so quickly.
It's a good idea, but I'm a little bit resistant, which is why I have
papers everywhere, so I had to use this. I was like, this is getting silly now, because I'm looking for my papers, going, where's that paper that I wrote something? They're all just
notebooks. Notebooks. No, this is an important one. Then I'll use this for marketing. No, I'm the same. I'm just the same. So I guess I'll progress onto that.
I must admit, I do love writing on paper. There's something about it. It's not the same putting it on here.
No,
I have to have like something, the experience of putting the pen on the paper, feel of it. I know it sounds really strange, but
no, it's not to a writer.
The writer, they're like, we understand.
Writer. Exactly.
I have to, and I say to my husband, I'm like, I need paper, and he's like, what? He actually said this to me the other day. It was so funny. He said, when you say you're going to write a new book, trees cry.
He says what?
He said, when you say you're going to write another book,
trees cry.
They cry. Because I'm going to use paper.
Exactly. I know. But there was another thing. When we were speaking about that, reminded me when the original ideas come. You must get them down on paper, or record, whatever. That's what I found. I don't know about you. When they first, when I was first on this journey, a little bit further forward, I think, hey, I'm going to put that in there. Would it be a line or an idea? And I think, I will remember it because it's so. No. It went. I found that certain things had to come together as a catalyst for an original idea.
Definitely.
And then, so I would not lose it. I had to write it down. So I would recommend your capture that everyone is interested.
I totally agree. I actually, what do you think? I get quite frustrated with myself when I'm out and something comes, a thought, a phrasing, because I'm a lover of words. I'm definitely a lover.
Me too.
So if I hear a word and I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to. And I don't have anything with me, it's like frustrating.
I know, I guess that's a writer's on the phone and I'll be where's that notepad, write it down. And another thing, hearing conversations, you could be walking in a park. I remember walking, when I took my 9 days to heaven to New York, I was walking in Central Park and two guys walked past me and they said half a second, it was so interesting that I've got to remember that. I've got to write it down. Not for them, not eavesdropping, when you're saying something out in public, there's something that you can put your own spin on, can't you? So, I say to myself, trees, you don't reinvent the wheel. Talking about trees, that's what I call myself. That's a lot of friends call me that. I don't reinvent the wheel. So wherever you can get your inspiration from,
it just comes, doesn't it? And this is the thing. I think this is a beauty of like relationship with God as well, because you can see, just like you can see him in everything. You can see everything as an opportunity to draw from, to tell. I mean, for me, when I write, I don't want to write in a predictable way in terms of, like I could write Bible scriptures or phrases that are Christian phrases that we use. And it's just feels very predictable. But I'm always looking for new ways to tell a story.
Yes.
And I think that it may not be a new story, but it might be a new way of telling it. Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Actually, it reminds me, I went on one course.
Yes.
I haven't done, I normally present the courses.
Yeah.
Because I get so much experience at writing. This is the point. And I went on a course of the Association of Christian Writers when I first joined. It was in London. Chris Leonard did a course, and she used what was his name? A boy called Sue. What's his name? Yeah, I can't. A boy named I can't think of his name. A boy named Sue. It'll come to me. It comes to me.
Yes.
American singer.
Yes.
And she was talking about how we don't have to, what you were saying,
Yes.
just use the Christian phrases.
Yes.
You know, we can bring in Christianity, the way, you know, the morality or whatever, in other ways without being in your face about it.
Yes.
Of course, we'll encourage other people to come in, because of course my novel, Angel at the Paradise Hotel, it is Christian romance, suspense. But it's for everybody. I mean, it's not just, oh, you don't have to be a Christian. They're just it's wholesome romance, which is one thing that defines it as Christian, and so on. So so there we go.
I hear you on that. And to be original, like you say, sometimes it takes time. Like I'm kind of like looking at and working on ideas for the next project, and I'm just kind of like looking around me. It's I think once you get the bug, that's it. That's just it. It just continues, doesn't it? Like I started off with the children's book and then continued on. But that's enough about me, because I could go on about my journey for so long. But what inspired you to become an author?
Well, really, as I say, do you know what? I feel like I was born to write.
Yes.
I don't mean by that egotistically. I really don't. But I've said to so many friends over the years, if you put me in a room and you said you can't leave that room for the whole day, Teresa, if I had a pad and a pen with me, I'd be fine. You'd
be like, I'll be all right. That's the power of I think writing is a very powerful position, because with a pen and a paper, you could change the world. You literally could.
Please God. And if I could, I'd ask everybody to put God at the center of their daily life and work through everything with him. That is what I would do. So if I could change the world, that's what I do. And it's not about being pious. It's about knowing that we need help. You know, life can be very tough, can't it? Well, we know with the pandemic, life can be so tough.
Definitely.
And I can't do it without him.
I couldn't agree more.
I don't feel weak saying that. I think, you know, sometimes we've been hearing about mental health, haven't we? I understand completely, and my writings kept me sane, I'm telling you, or my faith, but we need to ask for help. And me, first port of call, I asked for God to help me. You know, I mean, no, he's with me all of the time. Oh Lord, please help me. Oh, and actually, that's something that reminded me about my Pray Then Listen. I shared it with a friend, and he said he is a believer, but he said, Teresa, I simply never realized there were so many times and situations that we can invite God in. It was an absolute eye-opener to him. And I hope that it will be to a lot of people. But we can keep it very, very simple. You know, I think to some people, they think we have to say formal prayers. I say my formal prayers. I've been saying, I went for a walk earlier. I say my formal prayers. But I'm bringing God everywhere. You know, oh Lord, did you see the sunset last night? It was red.
I didn't see it.
Amazing. And I just go, oh Lord, you are amazing. You know, so that's it really. So as I say, writing was what I was born for, I believe. And as I say, as soon as I started keeping a diary at school, I was hooked. I was hooked. That was it was like I could write one of these books that I'm reading, all of these books. I mean, I say I could read and write. My mum taught me when I was 4. So by the time I started school at 5, I was soaking up the reading and everything like a sponge.
Yes.
You know, so it chose me really.
Yeah.
But at best, we have to make the choice to put the work in, don't we?
Definitely.
That's it really. That's it
Definitely.
really.
It's so frustrating that we have come to the end of our session because I'm really enjoying it. It's literally a half an hour session and I'm literally sitting
my
here.
Goodness.
I could talk to you all day because of
me too, Sal.
I can hear so much of my my own experiences.
Yeah.
And I'm learning as well because I love talking to other authors because we all do different things in different ways and we build our projects in different ways. But I mean, I'll always have you back on in a heartbeat. And I'll definitely be putting this this interview on the TWIRL website, the TWIRL Hub website.
Fantastic.
So over the course of the years, as the community continues to build, your vision will bring more awareness to what you're doing, because that's what we're about. But yeah, like it's just been so enriching speaking to you. If this is the final question I'm going to ask, if people want to get hold of you or get hold of your books, or find out more about you or what you do, how would they be able to do that?
Well, first of all, they can go to my website. I'm actually in the process of having a new website built, but my website is there.
Yes.
And it's teresaodriscoll.co.uk.
Yes,
all
great.
one word, all lowercase, all one word.
Yes.
So there's that. Also, they can order the Pray Then Listen. The 9 Days to Heaven is, you know, it's everywhere. But on the Pray Then Listen, which although it's not out until the end of September, it's already open for pre-order.
Yes.
So
and I'm looking forward to reading the Christian romance fiction because I'm a sucker for romance. And
right. So Sal, maybe you'll come back next spring, you know, and let's
I know, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be following you on Amazon because I know I can do that and it will tell me.
Fantastic. Yeah. Oh, I just want to say thank you so much, Sal. God bless you. May God continue to bless the work of your hands, my dear.
Thank you. And the same to you. We will have you back on. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure.
And yes, we'll keep connected.
Great. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, then. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.